An entire town vanished overnight. No warning, no survivors, and not a single trace left behind. It wasn't a natural disaster. It wasn't war. It was something else. The official records say nothing. The maps show nothing. The government insists Ravenwood never existed, but those who lived nearby remember. The strange trucks that arrived under the cover of darkness, the lights in the sky, the constant low humming that made the air feel heavy. Then, on October 13th, 1987, everything stopped. The power grid failed. Communication lines went silent, and when people tried to enter the town, they found only scorched earth and ash. Satellite images captured a crater where Ravenwood's center once stood, surrounded by a forest that looked like it had been burned from the inside out. No official explanation was ever given. Some say it was a chemical spill. Others claim it was part of a classified experiment, one that went horribly, irreversibly wrong. And if you ever find yourself near the coordinates where Ravenwood used to be, the locals have one piece of advice. Don't stay past midnight, because some say, if you listen closely enough, you can still hear the screams. Welcome to Ravenwood. Ravenwood was the kind of place you'd never notice unless you were looking for it. Hidden deep in the woods, miles from the nearest highway, it was quiet. Too quiet, some would say. A small population, fewer than 600 people. Everyone knew each other. Life moved slowly there. Children rode their bikes down cracked streets. Old men played checkers outside the gas station, and Sunday service was always full. But under that postcard-perfect surface, something felt off. Locals spoke of a constant hum in the air, barely audible but always there, like the earth itself was vibrating. Pets started going missing. Lights flickered with no explanation, and some families whispered about dark figures seen standing just beyond the tree line at night, watching, but never approaching. Still, life carried on, as if ignoring the strange made it go away. But in hindsight, it was clear. Ravenwood wasn't just a town in the woods. It was a town chosen. And whatever had been set in motion was already too late to stop. The experiment begins. In the early 1980s, strange, unmarked trucks began rolling into Ravenwood under the cover of night. They brought heavy equipment, crates with no labels, and men in dark uniforms who never spoke to anyone. The town's peaceful routine started to unravel. Power surges knocked out electricity for hours. Strange humming noises echoed through the forest, and wildlife began disappearing without a trace. Some locals reported seeing flashes of light cutting through the trees, while others felt a constant pressure in their heads, like the air itself was charged with something unnatural. Rumors spread that the government was conducting secret experiments, testing something far beyond public knowledge. But no one could say exactly what. Was it a weapon, a portal, or something else entirely? Whatever it was changing Ravenwood, and no one knew if anyone would ever leave the town alive. The collapse. Then, on a cold October night in 1987, everything went dark. Communications cut out suddenly. No phones, no radios, no emergency calls. The town's power grid failed completely, plunging Ravenwood into total blackout. Attempts to enter the town were blocked by armed personnel, and no official explanation was given. The government called it a chemical spill, but satellite images told a different story. A massive crater scorched the earth where the town once stood. surrounded by trees blackened and broken, as if blasted by some unseen force. The people of Ravenwood vanished without a trace. No bodies, no signs of evacuation, just silence. The world outside was left with a mystery. A town erased as if it had never existed. And yet some believe that what happened that night was just the beginning of something far more terrifying. Theories and whispers. In the years since Ravenwood disappeared, countless theories have emerged, some plausible, others bordering on the supernatural. Some say it was a government experiment gone wrong, a secret test of a weapon so powerful it tore a hole in reality itself. Others believe the town was caught in a time loop, trapped between dimensions, or erased to cover up something far darker. Locals who live near the old site speak of strange phenomena. Unexplainable lights in the forest, a persistent low hum, and shadowy figures glimpsed through the trees. Hikers report electronic devices malfunctioning and an overwhelming feeling of being watched. And while official records remain sealed and heavily redacted, the whispers never stop. Ravenwood may be gone from maps, but it hasn't disappeared from memory or from the nightmares of those who dare to remember. Echoes in the present. Today, the site where Ravenwood once stood remains off-limits, guarded and shrouded in mystery. Yet those who venture near tell stories of strange occurrences, electronics that suddenly die, unnatural chills in the air, and fleeting shadows that vanish when looked at directly. Some hikers disappear without a trace, while others come back forever changed, speaking of whispers carried by the wind and distant screams that seem to echo from nowhere. The government continues to deny any knowledge of what happened, but the truth, buried beneath layers of secrecy and silence, still lingers. Ravenwood vanished, but its echoes haunt the present, a chilling reminder that some experiments were never meant to be unleashed. What really happened to Ravenwood? Was it a failed government experiment, a secret weapon, or something far beyond our understanding? The answers remain buried in shadows, locked away from public view. But one thing is certain. Some places vanish for a reason, and some secrets are better left untouched. If you've enjoyed this story, hit subscribe and ring the bell to uncover more mysteries that they don't want you to know. And let us know in the comments what you believe happened to Ravenwood. Did the town disappear or was it erased? Stay curious and stay cautious.